everyone. In this video, we are going to see why to learn Python. What are the reasons that makes Python very powerful? In this technical world, we always listen Python is a programming language which is essential to get the job. Wherever we go, we need Python programming language. So people gets confused. Why Python everywhere? What made Python so powerful? Because in this recent years, probably in the past 10 years, we find Python is a dominant programming language which is used by every type of a people, any field we can say. So we have a small question in our mind. We have n number of programming languages like C++, MATLAB, HTML, Java, Ruby, many programming languages. But what made Python as the powerful tool is Python is a programming language which has almost all the features of any other programming languages. So Python can have all the benefits of every programming language, which means once a particular developer knows the Python programming, can go ahead and coordinate and integrate with any programming languages. For example, it can be Ruby, Scala, PHP, Go, C++, Java, etc. So Python can have all the features and the high level implementations of every previous programming languages. That made Python very powerful. When we come to the programming languages, which is essential for the landing job, we know Python is the very must and major programming language for a landing job. For example, if you wanted to go ahead with a new job, a fresher, or you wanted to get into the IT field, damn sure you must learn Python. Python is a programming language which give you the opening for your job, and the career can be taken into the good level once you learn Python. And here is a list of the top 5 programming languages to get a job in Google. Not only in Google, it can be any other MNCs. The top list is topped by Python programming language. Though we do have some other programming language, Python's having the powerful mark in each and every space. So we are gonna see what made the Python programming language very much efficient and why Python has grown so faster in the market. One simple thing is, it is very easy to learn Python. Everyone can learn Python without understanding any of the basics. Example, C++, Java, nothing you need to learn. You can directly learn Python. Only you have to understand the terminologies. So the very first point, what made the Python very powerful is, it is easy and expressive programming language. And the second point is, it is an open source and a free programming language where anybody can download and learn. And also, it's not only to learn, any small scale startup companies, they can download and learn this programming language and use this programming language for their purpose. So the purpose of the free and open source made the programming language to fill up the market entirely with the Python. So it's also a high level programming language, and it is a portable programming language where we can share our program to any people, and it's an object oriented programming language. So the features of every programming language has been combined. We know that the object oriented programming languages are Java, C++, and then C#. So Python is also an object oriented programming language where every features of OOPS is being combined with. Then it is an extensible embedded programming language. So the next very important feature of the Python program is the library supports available, and it is a dynamically typed programming language. I would like to mention a very important powerful terminology of the Python, which is extensible and embedded, which means it can extend its supports to any one particular field. It can be astronomy, it can be geology, it can be geography, it can be mechanical, it can be electrical. So it extends its support just by introducing the libraries, and it has a large community support. The reason why we have discussed this, because it is a free source. So when a particular programming language which is having every efficient feature of all the programming languages is provided in a free source, we can say it is very simple for everyone to use that particular language. Only thing is they have to learn. They don't have to do anything more than to learn. They are going to learn the particular language. So it is a particular programming language which is going to extend its support to the any other domain. Python is not going to do anything ideally. That is the major reason Python is available and prevalent in each and every field. Every field people, they have their domain knowledge added up with the Python. They can do wonders in their particular field, which means they can reduce their complexity of the task, and then they are more efficiently performing and more easily and simply they can do all the things very simple by the use of the Python programming language. And when you define Python programming language, it's a backend programming language and high level and approachable for beginners. The very important point here is, it is not that only the high level coders can learn Python programming language. Even a beginner can learn a Python programming language. It has a welcoming and established community. It is not limited to any resource. You can go ahead with Python with any terminology. So it is not limited to any specified community, which means a mechanical candidate only can use Python, or an electrical candidate can only use Python, or a data analyst can only use Python. It is not limited in any domains. That is the major advantage of using the Python. So it is used for tasks like web development, scripting, web scraping, data analysis, automation. So these are the major particular parts which we are using for, and you can see certain companies who are all using Python, and I am assuring that almost all the companies will have a just a link of the Python, because without the use of the Python we cannot go ahead with any of the terminologies right nowadays. And it has used so many frameworks, like used with the integration with some frameworks which are like Django just for web development, Flask, Jupyter. So these are the machine learning libraries and the deep learning libraries for the automation and the artificial intelligence. So Python is having its major role when you are going ahead with the artificial intelligence, machine learning and deep learning projects. Not only in machine learning and deep learning projects, when we are going ahead with the web development projects, Django is also supportable through the Python programming language, so that Python has its every phase of learning in every domain. So majorly these frameworks are providing you the very good and attractive future, because these fields are always the booming field. We know machine learning and then the deep learning, and when we go ahead with the web development, the fields will never fade off in the market. So these fields always will use the Python programming language. So that Python programming language is the very major and useful fundamental programming language for everyone to learn. I suggest anybody in the market can learn Python. Okay, so the next point is why we can make it use of. So there is a learning curve. It doesn't stop when you learn Python. It goes to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. So there's no ending point when you are learning the Python. It's a cross-functional programming language and it works on IoT devices. We know what is automation and the Internet of Things. It extends its supports to the IoT, and it's not a simple community. It's an established community. And the last point, the Python developers in any domain have earned the lucrative salary, highly paid salaries. So we can see the Python programmer salary is better than the software developers programmers. So you can say finally, at the end of the day, what you get into the packet is your salary, right? Whatever the work or the project you accomplish, at the end of the day, the accomplishment is our salary into our pocket. So Python is finally filling our pockets with the full and highly paid salaries. Okay, so I suggest everyone to learn Python programming language, and these are the reasons why Python is essential. Thank you for watching.